Welcome to Search for Signs. My name is Gary Willing. If this information interests you, please press the like and subscribe button and press the bell for notifications.
I hope you're having a great day today. It is June the 15th. And I hope you're having a wonderful time doing whatever it is you happen to be doing, wherever it is you're doing it. So anyway, I have a few comments and questions to cover in this video before I get into the Master's article. And if you have a question about Maitreya, the Masters of Wisdom, you can always post that question as a comment. And I'll do my best to answer it, or I'll tell you I don't know the answer to that. Or you can email me directly at searchforsigns@mail.com if that suits your fancy, better than just posting it as a comment. Now, one thing that did come from people asking me questions, my good friend from Iraq asked me the other day, he said, "Do you have a page on Facebook?" And at the time I said no. So now I can honestly answer, yes, I do have a page on Facebook. And here recently, and also too, I was going to say the link is in the description. So if you click on that, it will take you right to the Facebook page. But here recently, I've started putting up videos that I found on YouTube about some of the miracles that I've spoken about on this channel over the months that I've had the channel up. They're coming from other people's views of these miracle signs, like the healing waters, or even Maitreya's visit to the church in Nairobi, Kenya with Maria Katsa. So, you can click on these. You can click on these videos. You can hear somebody else talking about what happened. I would say probably the majority of the people in these videos know nothing about Maitreya, or if they did, they don't believe anything about Maitreya. So you get a more of an independent, objective opinion about these miracles. I personally believe all these miracles are linked. Anything from the healing waters to crosses of light, crop circles, those kind of things, UFO activity, weeping icons, they're all linked. And they're all signs of the one awaited by all the world's religions who's here now on TV. But these people who are putting up these videos and these people in these videos talking about healing waters and the Hindu milk miracle probably know nothing about Maitreya. If someone told them about Maitreya was the one, or these masters are doing it, they probably wouldn't even believe that. So anyway, you can kind of do your own research on it. Hopefully that helps. All right. First comment comes from David Boyle. Benjamin Creme is, in my honest opinion, for me, has been the greatest source of hope and inspiration, not only personally, but socially and globally. Well, David, I couldn't agree more. And I don't know about you, David, but, I really miss Benjamin Creme since he passed away about 4 years ago. And would I love to hear his opinion about anything from Trump to the coronavirus, what it means for humanity, to this stock market crash again, to the social unrest and so forth. I would love to get his opinion on what's going on. And unfortunately, we don't have that, source anymore at this moment in time. But eventually we'll have Maitreya himself who will be able to answer these questions when they come up. The thing about the economy, real quick, they keep talking about this V-shaped recovery. Now, if this doesn't prove what Maitreya has been saying all along about the stock market, I don't know what is. But he always referred to this as the markets as being blind. And our leaders who blindly follow the blind market forces are leading their people right off a cliff. And so you look at the company Hertz, that's the rental car company. They just declared bankruptcy this month, I think, or last month. Since then, their stock has gone up like 800%. So blind. And this V-shaped recovery of the stock market, if people don't realize it's because the government's pumping trillions of dollars into the market, buying whatever kind of commodities they can buy, whatever kind of stocks they can buy to get the market to go back up, I don't know what to say to these people to get them to understand anything. I mean, because here we are having more social unrest than we've seen in decades in this country. There's still a pandemic. There's still massive unemployment in this country, but yet the stock market's going back up. Yeah, stock market is blind. But anyway. So, I'm sorry, I'll get off my high horse now. But anyway, the next question comes from Tao Zen Chi. You know about the Nordics, Ariana's Inner Earth Masters information to Admiral Byrd's flight to the North Pole. Can you, if you know, get into that matter? Tao, I'm not going to lie to you, dude. That is way above my pay grade. I know nothing about what you're talking about in that question, so I do apologize. All right, next question comes from Peter Miller. Do you mean Jason Robards? Yes, Peter, I did. That's exactly who I meant. The actor Jason Robards, not James Robards. Now, what he's talking about is a couple videos ago, I dedicated the video to the 32nd anniversary of when Maitreya visited Mary Katsa's church in Nairobi, Kenya. And there just happened to be a photojournalist there who was taking photographs and interviewing people for the Kenyan Times. Maitreya appeared out of the blue right in front of his cameras, and that's when that photograph of him standing there in the white robe with the headdress and so forth, that was taken right when the guy took the photo. And then he took photos of the crowd while Maitreya was speaking in perfect unaccented Swahili for 15, 20 minutes. Now, one of the photographs that was in the newspaper of the Kenyan Times had this white swoosh through the middle of it. And somebody asked if that was a photo defect or something else. Well, in the next video, I was talking about light blessings on photographs. And do you remember these things called cameras? They actually had film, like real film that you could actually put into the camera, load it up, take photographs or whatever you want to take photo, vacation or whatever, right? And then you had to take it to the drugstore or to the photo shop and get it, developed, right? Not what we have today on our phone, but not always, but a lot of times people would take photographs, and in the middle of the roll would be these light blessings on these photographs, and they almost look like overexposed photo defects, but they're actually a picture of a light blessing that the Master Jesus or Maitreya or one of these other masters might have sent at the time that photograph was taken. And that just happened to be the one that this person was commenting about that was on the cover of the newspaper, the Kenyan Times, when the day after Maitreya appeared to that religious group. Now, I had mentioned that there was a restaurant here in Atlanta called Preachie's, which is a wonderful Italian restaurant. If you like wine, they got a great wine list. I love their bread even. I mean, their bread's awesome. But on the way to the bathrooms, they have, I don't know how many, just a lot of framed photographs of celebrities that had eaten in this restaurant, right? One of them happened to be Jason Robards. I called him James Robards, and I do apologize. He's an older actor. He's been in tons of movies. Anyway, and he apparently ate at this restaurant. They took a photo of him, I guess, after he ate, and there was a light blessing on it. And it's up on the wall in Preachie's. So if you're ever in Atlanta and you like Italian food, I definitely recommend Preachie's. And then just as a little, added bonus, if you want to go to the bathroom, you can check out all the celebrities that ate in this restaurant. And you can see Jason Robards with that light blessing on it. But that's what he's asking, if that's who I meant. But yes, that's who I meant. All righty. Next question. Same guy, Peter Miller. What causes greed? Well, fear, really. And what causes fear? The illusion that we're separate. So the more fear someone has, it creates greed. And so the greedier the person, the more, I guess the way I should have said it is, the greedier a person is, the more fear they have. And I know, I can't speak for every country, but I know in this country, so many people view greed as a virtue, really, not even as a vice, not even as if something's wrong. They do make little random comments about it, but if you think about it, the people who the citizens of this country really idolize are greedy, ambitious people. And that all comes from their own personal fear. And so these masters they don't live life under the illusion that they're separate. They only see unity and oneness. Therefore, they have no fear and they have no greed. You can't bribe them. They're not corruptible under any way, shape, or form because they have no fear. How can you bribe a master who can create anything they want whenever they want. So, but anyway, but also too, that how can you bribe somebody that has no fear? I mean, you really can't. So anyway, but and so the cure for greed is to start seeing yourselves as one and not seeing yourself as separate from one another. And then your fear will start to naturally go away and your greed will naturally go away. And you'll just kind of, I don't really need that. I'm fine with the way things are right now. Hopefully that helps. All right. Next question. Was Muhammad a master or just a warlord? When Muhammad was alive, about 500 or 600 years after Christ, he was neither. He was not a master. He was well on his way to being a master. He was on the same point in evolution as Abraham Lincoln or John the Baptist, Joan of Arc, the painter Michelangelo. He was about in that same range. And then a little bit above where Mozart was when Mozart was Mozart, or Rembrandt. And so all those people I just mentioned, except for Abraham Lincoln, are now masters. Joan of Arc's a master now. Michelangelo's a master. Raphael's a master. Mozart's a master. Rembrandt's a master. Peter's, of course, a master. Moria. John the Baptist is a master, but he's not on this planet right now. But and so is Muhammad. He's a master now. But when he was alive as Muhammad, living in what's known as, the area known as Saudi Arabia now, right? His master, Jesus, was in Syria. And Jesus was overshadowed and worked telepathically through the then disciple Muhammad in the same way that the Buddha worked through the Prince Gautama or Maitreya worked through Jesus just a few hundred years before Muhammad. The ideas and the writings of the Creme actually came from Jesus. And they're the writings of Jesus, really, because Jesus was writing it through Muhammad. I know most Christians would vehemently disagree with that statement, but that is the esoteric truth of it. So hopefully that helps. All right, now we'll get on to the Master's article. And I always have to say this as a disclaimer. It's always better for any one of us to read the Master's article ourselves and not hear about it secondhand from somebody else on a YouTube channel. So if you find that these articles are enlightening in any way, shape, or form, or you see the wisdom in it, as do I definitely recommend picking up A Master Speaks Volume 1 or 2, or both, on Amazon. Or you can go to the Share National webpage, I think, and get it through them if you want. If you also are interested in this information, I definitely recommend picking up one of Benjamin Creme's books. And if I had to guess, I would say start with Maitreya's Mission Volume 2 or Volume 3, and then go from there. All right, so here we go. This article was entitled The Masters Emerge, and it was actually published in December of '96, which ironically is one of the wonderful miracles that happened that same month. Was the master who was the Madonna created this wonderful image on the side of this bank building in Clearwater, Florida, which some bonehead decided he thought it would be a great idea to throw a rock through the window. So, but in December of '96, and if you go to the Facebook page that I have, it actually has a picture of when the image of the Madonna was intact on this window. It looks like kind of like a watercolor. It's beautiful. Anyway, all right. So this, of course, is entitled The Masters Emerge. The vanguard of the masters, in their various cities and focal points, are preparing themselves for immediate emergence into the open arena of the world. The time has arrived for their acknowledged participation in the affairs of men. They know, too, that their task is not an easy one. Each master is a man, but has long outgrown the human state of consciousness, with its limitations and illusions. They understand well the suffering which these limitations and illusions confer on men, and seek in every way to alleviate their lot. They, too, in their long sojourn on the path as simple men, knew well and keenly felt that same self-anguish. But now they must work with men as equals, tackling together the myriad problems which beset men's lives. This they must do in such a fashion that the free will of men is not infringed, aiding and blessing with their energy and insight each tentative plan put forth by humanity itself. They await with ardor and the challenge of this enterprise, firm in the conviction of its eventual success. When men see their elder brothers, they will see, too, their birthright, witness their divine heritage. Each man is a master in the making. Not do we have or know, but which one day all will achieve. We are yourselves gone before. This being so, we can act as a light to guide your way and to prevent many false steps or wrong turnings. The time is now upon us all when men and masters will meet and begin their mutual task, the transformation and rehabilitation of the world. Whether men know it or not, we, your elder brothers, have for long been at your service. Little there is in the multicolored fabric of man's experience which has not felt the caring hand of our brotherhood. Little is there in the long history of man's discoveries and achievements which owes nothing to our inspiration and guidance. Thus have we sought to teach and to protect until such time as man can travel the path alone. From now in your midst shall we openly work to create with you the new civilization, conferring on you the benefits of our long experience. Much time and heartache can be saved, therefore, by this our mutual endeavor. First will you see our master Maitreya, the great Lord. Then shall we reveal ourselves one by one until all the vanguard are known by name. Gradually, as circumstances permit, yet more of our brothers will add their weight to the work of succor, the salvaging of a planet, the restoration of the plan. Remember to take action and help SOP save our planet. Thanks for listening, and we look forward to talking to you again in future videos.